Hello my dear friends, I have come with the video of data engineering lab series with Python, the video number lab 10. In this video, we will create a end-to-end data pipeline, basically ETL pipeline by using Python coding. Here, we read the data from the CSV files, extracting data from the two CSV files, merge the two CSV files, performing the data quality checking, removing the duplicate values, find out the missing values, cleaning the data, and then transformation this data and export as an output in a CSV file, in a Parquet file. That output files will be stored into the output folder, and also we export the file into a DB file, database file, which is the SQLite, the inbuilt library of the Python. And also we are using the exception handling of try and catch block, and the pipeline will be in every step, will be write the logs. In the logs, every operation will be written. If there any exception will be occurred, there will be the preference, there will be the option of writing the log so that user can track, the data engineers can track if there any exception is handled is there. So please check this video. Let's start today's the lab 10, the end-to-end data pipeline with the Python. End-to-end data pipeline, that is the ETL pipeline. Today I have already written the code earlier in my Python file because that is a big file, and if I have to write the line by line code here in the video, then the video will be unnecessary very much large. That's why I have already written the code. I will demonstrate the line by line code here. Here we read the data from the customers.csv file. This is read the data from the orders.csv file. Then we merged up these two files into the customer order data, where we read the data from these two files. We perform the data cleaning of operation, and then we merging the data, and we store the data as the output, and also we store the log and output folder. The data will be stored into the Parquet file and to the CSV file, and also into the database folder we have to create the DB file of the output, that is the using SQLite. So let's start to demonstrate our code today. Here the three things have been imported: import pandas, import SQLite 3, import logging. First of all, we have to configure the logging. Logging part, we are giving the logging basic config, file name, log pipeline log. That means this log is the folder name log. Under this the log will be written, and the log file name will be pipeline.log. This is the format of the file. We give the first print lab 10 end-to-end ETL pipeline. Next logging we started, write the log file we started. The first line will be printed into the log file will be ETL pipeline started. Next we are starting with the try block. Step 1 is extracting. Step 1, we are extracting data from the customers.csv. So we are using customers.df data frame object and using the pandas object pd.read csv from the customer.csv. Next we read the data from the similar way from the orders.csv, which both files are stored into the input folder. That's why the path input has been given here. Next we give the print customers data, print the customers data frame object, and next print the order files order data frame object. Okay. Next we again write the log, the source data extracted successfully. Step 1 is completed. Next is the step 2. Step 2 is the data cleaning part. Here first we print the step 2 cleaning the data. We are taking the above customers df, the data frame object, and dropping the duplicates file using the drop duplicates. Similar way we dropping the duplicates from the orders.df file. Then we are using customers df city, customer df city fill in a unknown. Then we are giving the logging info data cleaning completed. Next here the step 3 is the transformation part. In the transformation part we are giving print step 3 transforming data. Okay. Next into the transforming part we are giving using the merged df and pd.merge, and we are merging the customer data frame object and orders data frame object on the basis of the customer ID, because into the customer CSV file there is customer ID and in the orders.csv file there is also customer ID. That is the common file. So by using this we are merging this, join will be inner join. Next here print one merge data and print the merge df. Next come to the step 4. Step 4 is the data quality checking. Here we print the step 4 data quality check. First of all we are finding out the missing values. So we are using missing values, and from the merge df, the merge data frame object, merge df.isnull.sum.sum. This portion is finding out the missing values. This portion is finding out the duplicate records. That's why you are using merge df.duplicated.sum. Next we print the missing values portion. That's why we written total missing values and print the missing values. Next we print the total duplicate records, just printing out the total duplicate records. How much duplicate records will be found? Next here we implementing the logic. If missing values greater than 0, in the logging portion there will be warning message that missing values detected. Similarly we also using the if duplicate records greater than 0, the log will be written as the warning duplicate records detected. This log written will be very much helpful into the real life scenario also, because if any pipeline fail, if we can track the actual the which reason and from which line the pipeline actually getting failed. So in the real life scenario also log written is very much important to find out and track any error and easy to debug. Next portion, step 5, is the business aggregation. That means we are preparing the business aggregation report. Just we give the print step 5, creating customer summary. First of all we are creating customer summary. Using from the merge df we group by the name and amount, and the sum, the group by will be sum nature and resetting the index. The customer name and amount will be group by. Next we are giving this customer summary will be as rename the columns as amount, and total amount will be renamed as the total purchase amount. So in this portion we creating the group by on the name and amount, and in this portion we are renaming the column amount as total purchase amount. So when the print will be given, in that case the amount column will be printed as total purchase amount. Next we give one print customer purchase summary and print the customer summary. Next is the step 6. Step 6 is the write the Parquet file. We writing the Parquet file that is printed here. We are just go to the merge df, taking the merge df and write .to Parquet. The merged data frame object will be printed as Parquet, and Parquet will be stored into the output folder. That's why we give the path output folder, and the file name will be customers orders.parquet. We also give one the logging info that Parquet file created successfully. Next, step 7, we write the CSV report. We are taking the customer summary and export it to CSV, and where this file will be stored, it will be stored into the output folder. That's why we give the folder name as the output/customer summary CSV and index file, and then we again write the log line for the customer summary CSV created. Next part is step 8 is load the data into the database. Here we are using the SQLite, which is the inbuilt library of the Python. We print step 8 loading data into SQLite. We are creating the connection object is equal to SQLite 3, which we have been defined above as import SQLite 3.connect. Here we are creating the folder database. We are giving the path database slash, and this will be the data DB file name customer_orders.db. We are just giving merged _df data frame object to SQL, and SQL will be customer orders. Give the connection object so that connection has been made, and if exist is equal to replace. That means if there will be previously exist any customer order, that will be replaced by the new one. And next line we are exporting the customer summary to the SQL. Customer name will be customer summary using the connection object, and here also same the logic, if exist replace. If already customer summary will be exist into the database in the DB file, that will be replaced by the new one. Then we are giving connection.close. Write the log as data loaded into SQLite database. We have reached our pipeline completion portion. We print the ETL pipeline completed successfully. Log will be written as ETL pipeline completed successfully. Here we start our exception handling part, because we have started our code as the try block. So we must have to handle its exception here. So first we are giving the except file not found error and giving input file not found. That means if we are working on the input file customers.csv and orders.csv, if any of the input file is missing, in that case this exception will be throw file not found. Logging error, file not found will be written into the log file, and that will be logging.error. Next exception we are handling, any common exception will be, if given, that will be the print as the unexpected error, and logging exception will be written into the log file ETL pipeline failed. Next we are giving the finally block. Here we print the pipeline finished, and logging will be written as the pipeline finished. So this is our end-to-end ETL pipeline using Python. Here we reading data, we are setting the configuration of the logs, we reading the data from the extracting the data from the CSV files, two CSV files, then we performing the data cleaning operation, removing duplicates, removing the duplicate values, clean portion completed. Then we are performing the transformation operation, where we performing the merge operation of the two files customer df and orders df based on their common field customer ID. Then we performing the data quality checking. Quality checking we are performing if there are any missing values, that will be removed. If there are any duplicate records, that will be removed. Next portion we are creating the customer summary reports, business aggregation reports, by using the customer name and amount, the group by sum of the amounts. It will be displayed as the business summary report. And then we write the merge df into the Parquet file. Then we export the file as the CSV file also, and also we are writing logs. Next portion we write the file into the customers order DB file, and also the customers summary as the DB file, and then our pipeline portion has been completed. And also in the last portion we are handling the exception also, if there any exception will be occurred, so that exception will be catch and also that exception will be written into the log file. So now we will just try to execute the file. We have already set into the lab 10 folder, so we just write python pipeline.py, enter. Yes. You can see first it is printing lab 10 end-to-end ETL pipeline. Step 1, extracting data from customers data. Second is the orders data. Step 2, cleaning data. Step 3, transforming data. Here the merge data. Step 4, data quality checking. It printed total missing values. There is no missing value, that's why it print as 0. There is no duplicate record, that's why it is print total duplicate records. Step 5 also printed, creating customer summary. Customer purchase summary report has been printed, customer name, and we have also renamed the column amount as total purchase amount. So renamed column is coming here, group by on the customer name and their purchasing amount. Step 6 also printed, writing Parquet file. Step 8 also printed, loading data into the SQLite. Next, ETL pipeline completed successfully has been printed and pipeline finished also printed. This is the terminal portion. Now we are going into the database. Here also created the DB file into the database folder. Into the log folder, the pipeline.log also created, and into the output folder, one CSV and one Parquet file is created. First of all, we are going to the database, customers order.db. Just mark it and yes. Two DB files are created. One is the customer's order, customer, its name, its city, and its order ID. Okay, and next is the customer summary. Here the customer name and total purchase amount, that will be also stored into the DB file. Next we come into the output folder, customer summary.csv. Here the customer name and total purchase amount will be printed as a CSV file. And this is the customer's orders Parquet file. Here the customer's orders, customer ID, name, city, and order and product will as exported as the Parquet file also. And this is our log file. Here our log is written as with the date and time, ETL pipeline started, source data extracted successfully, data cleaning completed, Parquet file created successfully, customer summary CSV created, data loaded into SQLite database, ETL pipeline completed successfully, and pipeline finished. If there any exception is occurred, in that case the exception will be also print into this log file. So that is our today's lab 10, the end-to-end full data pipeline using Python, that is the ETL pipeline. Thank you for watching, my friends.